welcome to Flash Fiction Live. I am Natalie Locke with, I remember, with my cohort, Chandra.
Yes.
No last name, just Chandra, like Prince. Chair. And I don't know. Like, I'm just done. Beyonce. I mean, we know what her last name is, but like, let's just either way. Madonna.
So, on Threads the other day, someone was asking how people got their username, and I was like, yeah, it's C-Chan, right? Because if I had to do something with my last name, it would be Arthur Author, and I was like, that's too much. It's not.
We just can't do that.
I mean, even if you say Author Chandra Arthur, it's like.
Yeah, like, do you know how many times, like, when we first started out, that I thought your last name was Author or something, or that was like your tagline, and not Arthur.
Yeah,
was it? And I was like, okay.
That was my other point. I was like, if I did use Author, people are gonna think that I can't spell my own name.
Hey, Gold Gamer, thanks for joining us.
Hello,
man,
how are
you're
you?
like avid supporter. Like, no matter how crazy we throw the times, you're there
from day one.
Yes. By the way, I have a walking pad, so I'm trying to be semi-healthy. So that's why you see me moving. I'm not that fidgety. What's up, kiddo? Yes, I have a live stream today.
So we've actually got. I'm going to go ahead and let everyone know we have our schedule for the next 3 months planned out. There, of course, there's always the potential for some random.
Oh, don't worry, we'll let you know.
Yeah, we'll post about those. But what we're going to be doing is once a month. So we're going to be live on. Let's see, we're February, March. We're going to be live on the 5th. And sorry, the 3rd, April 14th, May 5th. So those are our next 3 dates. And we'll post about it. I'll have something up on my Instagram. I know Natalie will have it on her Instagram.
Actually, I just realized that will be my in-between book promotion.
Oh, good.
Post on Instagram now.
Yeah.
But at least for this week.
So we'll have some stuff going up because 1,000 Words to Get Started is coming out this summer. So
with stickers. I feel like the stickers is, I hope everyone gets as excited for the stickers as we are.
Yeah, I'm very excited about it. I'm like, okay, but like, when do we get our hard copies?
I know. I'm trying to be a good friend though to everyone that's being published, and my goal is to each month read someone else's story.
You're doing so good
in individual books. So I read The Legionnaire, which is already out. Down the Well is next.
I read Down the Well when I was in Barbados.
Yeah.
So in chat, I'm just gonna do a quick hello. Sarah is my friend here in town with me, and we like to go write and co-work sometimes at one of our favorite coffee shops. So thank you for.
So when I visit you, I need to see Sarah too.
Yes, that's
at some point I need to like go, because I am planning a trip in October where I'm gonna with my family and my mom, because she's offering to support some of the bills. So I was like, yeah, sure, you can come on. And I also like her, and the kids do too. So does Alex. There's not the normal portrayed mother-in-law, son-in-law situation. But back to the point. But I'll be in New York, so I will make sure to see all New York personnel.
Yeah, just do
personnel kind of makes it seem all New York friends. There we go. Which I say all New York friends, and I got like 2 of them that I can think of.
I feel like that's a lot of friends to have in the same state. Once you're an adult, you realize how much it is to have like that many people in a single state.
Yeah.
Because everyone's just kind of spread all over the place. But Sarah, thank you so much for pre-ordering. We love it. We're very excited.
Yeah, especially because I straight up thought when we had one pre-order, I was like, I'm pretty sure that's my mom. Like, yeah, these are messages. This is a promotion. Yeah, it's not really. I don't count those as text. For anyone who doesn't know, I'm a mom. The 6-year-old is vocal. So.
Hi, Jordan. How are you?
Right. Wow. Copy and paste error. On Jordan. Jordan Mahoney, The Blind World. Never seen you before. So, hello, welcome. Chandra and I started doing flash fiction back in
2021.
2021, I think. Yeah, it was like September-ish. Was our first like gathering of it, and we've been inseparable since.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. But flash fiction, there's different schools of thoughts. Flash fiction is really any genre, but the precise rules that you got to follow is it must be less than 1,000 words. Now, I've seen it also listed as 1,500 words. Must be less than that. But Chandra and I like to stick to the 1,000-word rule for us.
Yeah. And there's a lot of like the places where you would submit that flash fiction. Each one will have their own parameters that they'll post. But generally speaking, it's shorter than a short story. So there aren't any chapters or anything like that. And I like to think of it also as like writing a scene. What you might have like as part of a chapter or something like that in another work. It's just that scene.
Yeah.
And
give me 2 seconds. I have a child calling to me from the other room, and so I want to make sure that nothing hectic is going on.
You got it. So the why, I'm not sure if that's supposed to be why or what. So I'm going to answer both questions. Why, we use it to experiment a lot and try different genres, different voices, different points of view. And it's
or
really
even just like test yourself, like artistically.
Yeah, because you'll see in a lot of what we have going on, there's challenges that we do, and that's the other thing that's in 1,000 words to get started. There's all of your writing prompts. There's the sticker words that you can add in and I mean, really that's part of the challenge. And then there's challenges on top of that because you pick words that go into your story. So it kind of gives you a little bit of a structure. When we edit, which is what we're going to do today, we're going to edit something that we wrote before. When you edit, you don't have the same like restrictions. You can edit in or out whatever you want to, but we like to stick to that when we're drafting. And so
like drafting is the time for trying new things. Editing, the purpose of editing is not to try new things. The purpose of editing is to make what you got better.
Yeah. So you'll see like some of the words that we have in our stories. It's like neither of us are a huge fan of the way that we use the word, but it wasn't the point at the time. The point was incorporate the word in the story and try to make it make as much sense as possible. So
I will say the challenge of incorporating the word, it's really helped us be diverse in descriptions or changing something to fit the story a little bit better. Like some words can be nouns or verbs, and choosing which format you're going to go with that.
And the one thing I did notice too, you'll see a lot of reels and stuff where they talk about, the character releases the breath that they didn't realize they were holding. I think with words, it kind of pushes you to get away from stuff like that, using phrases that you read all the time that you don't even realize that you're incorporating in your own writing just from having heard them so much. So I think it helps with that. And then what we have written, I think that we have written just about every genre.
Except erotica. I mean, we have written, but live on Flash Fiction Live.
Yeah, we haven't done that. That's probably the only thing we haven't written.
Yeah. But we don't shy away from cussing here.
Yeah. I think probably the biggest reason that neither of us have done that is because, we do read it on screen, first of all, and there are kids in one of the houses. So I wouldn't do that to you.
Thank you, dear. Otherwise, well, I was about to say, otherwise I'd put on headphones, which would be fine if you're reading. But if I'm reading your story and you wrote that, I'd be like,
I'm just gonna share my screen.
Y'all can see it, if possibly. Chandra, or I would like pause. Chandra would say the word, and then I would continue reading.
I do try to be nice to you.
I mean, Zoe knows, but she's 13. Of course she knows. Society has allowed that, but Spencer's still naive.
Oh, no worries, Jordan. Sometimes dictation just really be messing with us.
Oh, 100% dictation every time. Like, though I will say there's some authors in the community that swear by dictation, which is definitely key, because a lot of us get carpal tunnel. With Flash Fiction Live, I used to write out my stories for a bit when I was trying to finish 250 flashes in like a year. My hand was hurting so badly, and dictation would have helped a lot. But with Flash, I like to see it like structurally and stuff. And with diction, you would have to pause, go back, listen. And for me, it would interrupt me too much.
I do use dictation, and I just use like Google Keep and I'll talk to it. But a lot of times it'll be like I'm driving or doing something and I get an idea and I need to like get it down before I forget what I was doing. And so then I'll use it. But also when I go back to look at it, I'm like, okay, I have a frame of reference for what I was saying and what I was trying to get down. But sometimes it's just like way off. And I'm like, Apple, get it together.
Go home, Apple, you're drunk.
Literally.
Yeah.
So
any genre is open, by the way. We don't specify the genre when we're writing.
And sometimes actually it's really fun when we're writing the same prompt because we'll take it in completely different genres.
Which you're about to see. So I finally finalized the this is called something. The Google Doc. There we go. I'm glad we're editing today because words are not working out too well for me.
They do be like
though actually I just thought we did specify a genre one time, but it was a challenge for us to write a story as if it was a children's book.
Oh yeah, we did do that. And then we did the poetry one. So I think those are two.
Yes.
And we actually just edited the poetry ones that we did not too long ago. So
share screen.
So what you'll be seeing, this is something that we drafted. I don't remember exactly when we drafted this, but we'll go through, read story.
Yeah, I think let's read the stories ahead of time, and then we're gonna set a 10-minute timer to try to edit.
Yeah.
Okay.
And when we edit each other's stories first, right?
Yes. Yeah, we put in comments to edit each other's stories. Actually, we might not even need a 10-minute timer. These are pretty short.
You want to do
we
5
might
minutes?
Just need 5 minutes.
Okay. Just if I look really stressed, give me an extra couple of minutes. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Okay, I'm editing already because
quit that.
I didn't know bonfires was one word.
Oh, I didn't.
That's cool. Okay. All right. If you want, what I'll do, I need to get to my other screen. Hold on. Just kind of working out having two screens. Let me get a timer. Because we do like to have the timer on screen.
Yeah.
Hello. Whoa, no. Easy, Sparky. My screen's jumping a lot. All right. So what I like to do is split screen. Why did you go back? No. Okay. So I will edit Chandra's story. And I think we got it. Okay. say we spend 5 minutes putting in our comments, and then Jordan, you'll have a chance to listen to us specify the comments, why we felt that it could go there. One thing with editing that Chandra and I already know, but for anyone who's delving into this, at the end of the day, it's the author's choice whether to take the advice or not, or whatever. Like, Chandra hasn't taken every bit of advice, but she has changed something else to make it make more sense for me on what she was trying to convey. So things like that. It's never personal. Everyone, for at least Chandra and I, both, we have the same goal of making the story better. So
yeah,
it works. All right, we ready?
We are ready.
3, 2, 1. I'm assuming you're not ready yet.
No, I'm ready. It just won't let me edit or add any notes.
What? No. Hold on. I said anyone with the link. Let me see here. Where's my share? Share. Where's the share button? No, that's not. No. Easy. Stop.
Click on the purple icon.
What purple
Why is it
icon?
not recognizing that one?
Oh. It's like pink on my end.
Oh, it's not recognizing me.
All right. Hold on.
I did send you a request edit access, so.
Oh, you did?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me jump over. I'm just gonna. Sorry about that, dear.
That's all right. But I can go through what I noticed.
All right. Oh, wait, no, I'm supposed to go to email. Back up.
Yay, technology.
It's not working. Like the whole time after the timer went off, it's still going off even though I closed down the
app,
the timer and stuff. And it's because I forgot that on my other screen, so it's an extended screen, it comes as a notification in the corner, and I had to address the notification to make the beeping stop.
Oh yeah,
instead of looking at the app. So I was like, dude, you're killing me. Okay, so, you have editing rights now, by the way.
Okay, perfect. Let me refresh the page.
So we can start with mine. And then if you want, you can you can throw them in as you're talking on comments.
Okay. So what I noticed, first of all, it's not clear who's addressing who the narrator is and who they're addressing.
Yeah.
The first thing that I really noticed though was here. What is for sale?
The houses.
And add the note.
Man, I got a lot of typos here. Like missing word, your instead of you.
Those were honestly my two biggest questions. It's not a super long story, and I know we're probably not going to keep. I don't know if anyone noticed this, but if you read the first word of each line, it's supposed to say something. So for this one, it's "I wish for you to never see the light of day." And I scrolled down and I looked at mine and I was like, what was I talking about? Because I could read the first word of it.
Yours was I could kill you. But the reason that other words are bolded is because they were highlighted originally, but I took out the highlights because they were the words we had to use.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we'll probably end up taking those out, maybe. I'm not sure.
I think I might leave mine in depending on what changes, but I'm not going to be married to it for sure.
Yeah. Well, yours makes sense. I do think though that those two questions.
For you, it was the first word in each paragraph. Okay. And in a way, I have paragraphs too. It's just my paragraphs are short of like 1 to 2 sentences.
Yeah.
In a way.
I think though, if you answer those two questions, it'll clear up a lot. I do want to know who this person is. It's almost like they've been sneaking around the neighborhood, making friends with everybody, but they have some kind of ulterior motive.
Yeah. Like, so actually, I'm not going to say who it is. I'm hoping when I edit, you'll be able to be clear of who the narrator is and then who the person they're talking to is, or talking about, I guess, in a way.
Well, yes, but then so if they're talking about someone, then who are they writing this to? Because it does read like it's been written to someone.
Yes. I'm hoping I clear that up.
Okay. So it's someone's writing a note to someone else about someone else.
No.
Okay, I'm gonna have to read it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to fix it. Because again, and for anyone watching, like the purpose of a critique is for them to tell you how you feel. The author shouldn't tell you how it should be. Now with critique partners, which actually Chandra and I are, if after I edit it, it's still not coming across how I want it, and I'm trying to keep that close to my chest so that Chandra's my barometer to see if I do it right. But if after that it's not coming across, then I can tell her, and we can work off screen, then I can tell her, hey, this was my goal, and we can try to make it better and closer to it.
We'll usually end up brainstorming like some different ways to like, hey, this is how I want it to come across, and here's how I think it might get there.
Which just proves that when we're editing, these are first edits.
This was a first draft.
More that can happen. And we are doing, and we have done, the like number one faux pas, which is critiquing your first draft. Usually, you don't share that right away, but we do to help everyone else learn and prove no one has a perfect first draft.
For giggles.
Yeah. Don't worry. We'll laugh at us and you can join in. All right. So for yours, comments are kind of small. Okay. Is there a way for me to expand this thing? Show chat? Oh, whoa, what are we doing? What did I just do? I don't even know. Okay, there we go. I like it better like that. Okay. So Chandra's story. Chandra's story is about a person who is eating the last cupcake at a bake sale while everyone else is arguing about it, pretty much. That is the meat and potatoes, but there is a hidden message here. And Chandra went the route of the first word in each paragraph, which was very creatively done because we got the main character or the narrator talking about how they weren't really paying attention to the conversation. So they came in the middle of it. And I love it when you say the middle of the conversation is kill you to discipline your child. It is perfect to make use of the first word kill, because as the audience, we know that line in itself, someone said, would it kill you? But the fact that you cut it off gave us that understanding, like you're putting trust in the reader that they're smart enough to know.
Yeah.
Like what the sentence is. But it plays in well. So I loved it then and I still love it now. The question I had, or comments I had, so I almost became like a fluffer, like the filter here of I unwrap it as they argue and stuff, and I don't pay attention to the other customers bickering. Like if you started this with the customers were bickering over the last chocolate cupcake, maybe set it around, because I also was like, wait, how did our main character get the cupcake? Were the people's backs turned to it? Which you kind of go explain a little bit later, but I kind of wanted it earlier. And then I gave some ideas to bring the reader into the environment. What did the bickering sound like? Was it like the low hum as you approach a hornet's nest in warning and that bzzz sound? Or did it sound like a whole bunch of squawking as birds fly over your head? You know?
Yeah.
Like
so more setting.
To build the anxiety, bring this story in. And then that would help cut down on the I. Now, I unwrap it while they argue, totally fine. The next part is the rest of it. Is I would love, and now that you're talking about getting away from this first word in each paragraph, I think it'd be really cool to jump from the conversation between the customers to the person's inner dialogue where they're focused solely on this cupcake. You have them comment on, like, I know it's a taboo. It's an unspoken taboo to tell other people how to raise their children. Then I take a bite. I'm like, you got the main characters saying they don't pay attention to the conversation, but they're also thinking about it. And I think it would be better suited if we get snippets of the argument, but the narrator is just talking about, man, that this icing is just melting, and like, like they're fully not paying attention. Like, so, maybe they're standing off to the side. I kind of imagine them standing off to the side, seeing the cupcake, and they keep eyeing it. And it's like, why are you looking at me? Like,
so in our show, don't tell about the cupcake, and then just make sure that the actions aren't contradicting what I'm saying.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, this is how I imagine. Like, I almost went in my own little mind of the narrator is someone who's on a diet and swore off sweets, and everyone's arguing about the last cupcake. And they end up taking it and like giving in to their desires or whatever. And so, yeah, all this like hustle and bustle is happening behind them, but they're like, no, I'm in my own little heaven.
That's fair. Yeah, I like that.
So then that would remove a lot actually here, because it's like, for me, the parents aren't the concern. No one knows I'm here. Like, they would be oblivious to other people.
Yeah.
And then what would be cool, and you already have it, is at some point the conversation shifts where someone notices and the person says, the mother's turn to focus on me. And what if it was like I returned a chocolatey smile or something? And as the wrapper dropped to the ground or something like that, like, what? So
okay, I have ideas.
I feel like you already got the elements there, but that's what I saw the story going, and the only problem was the contradictory. So I wanted to be pulled in more with the environment. So what was the bickering like and such?
Okay, that's perfect.
I have short answers and I have long answers, and I usually go long.
I definitely have some ideas for it now. I think that would be good. I do see where I was contradicting myself, so that'll be fun.
All right, so trying to remember.
Ooh, what if the kid notices and then like kind of wails, "Mommy"?
Oh my god, that would be perfect.
And then everyone pays attention. I think I might do that.
I love that. Hold on. See, what sucks with this dual screen, I see my mouse, but I see it in the screenshot with you, and I'm like, no, not that screen. Like the screen sharing. So I can't remember. Do we do 20 minutes or 30?
I think we've done 30. We could split the difference and do, since we did 5 minutes to start, we could do 25 minutes.
Okay, sounds good. So now, nope, that's not what I was trying to do. I like to stop it. I like to share my screen. There we go. So now I can try to write better. Okay. See, you do this way too much. I talked to my computer. I apologize for anyone getting confused.
I feel like when you work from home, you end up talking to the technology a lot more.
Yeah. 100%. All right. Are we ready?
Ready.
3, 2, 1. All right. That actually helped. The 25 minutes helped me because I was like, okay, I'm done. And then I read over my stuff and I was like, you know what? I can make this better.
I didn't read over it all at the end. I definitely needed the 25 minutes because I was like just doing the last few changes.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty happy with how it came out.
Yeah.
It definitely needs another edit, but
I feel like mine is what is a little bit better, but I did go your route where the beginning of each paragraph is the word. So
I think I pretty much took that out. Like the first word doesn't make a sentence anymore for me.
Yeah, I think there's one thing that is missing from this, but I'll wait for us to go over it and everything. Are you since we went over mine first, I can go over yours? Okay. Chandra's story. The lines at the bake sale are longer than I expected. Children with sticky hands weave between the adults who are holding plates. Some of them glance at me, trying to puzzle me out. What are you doing here? Their furtive glances seem to say. I glower at them. I am shorter than most of the adults who ignore me. This is why I don't pay attention to the other customers. Sorry, this is me, not you. They don't pay much attention to me. I work my way through the crowds. There is only one reason I'm brave. I've braved the horde today, and two mothers are bickering over it. The last chocolate cupcake at the bake sale. Others stand back from forming a small knot of people near the confection-laden table. There are pies, cookies, and small cakes, but only one of the chocolate-frosted confections. Skirting the spectators, I move closer to the table and slide a crumpled $5 bill toward the attendant. The skinny teen pushes the cupcake toward me. I spark lightning the look of boredom on their face. I don't want to open the package. The plastic cake packaging makes an audible pop as it comes open. The sweet scent of rich chocolate wafts into my face. I pull away the paper wrap while they argue, breathing in the sweet incense of the dark richness. The two mothers facing off over confections is quite a show. Leaning my elbow on the table, I lift the cupcake to my lips, watching the argument as I take a bite. The frosting is whipped, my favorite. The woman seemed really angry. Kill you to discipline your child? You have no right to tell me, another voice rings out. I take another bite. Icing melts in my mouth. Some smears on my face. I pat around behind me, looking for a napkin. Isn't it an unspoken taboo to tell other people how to raise their children? It's easier to enjoy this moment since no one knows me here. I take another bite. They continue to fight for their offspring, calling each other all kinds of names. Children probably shouldn't hear. But that is none of my concern. It does bring a smile to my lips, picturing the school pickup line and how awkward it would be for some time to come. This is a simple pleasure for me. Now, neither of the two brats will get to eat their baker's treat. All the fighting is for nothing. They will have to check the other vendors that line the boulevard. Mommy, one of the children wails. They finally notice me as I'm licking the icing off my fingers. I take a napkin from the table and dab the chocolate on my chin. You! The mother turns their focus on me, and I return a cold smile. I love it. Oh, the sass. Yeah, definitely. Like, I kind of like how you still had the comments, but it wasn't as, like, jumpy between, ooh, chocolate cake and what the hell are these women doing? Like, it made sense a little bit more. The only thing is, what I like to do is like build that suspense. So like, for example, by making a new paragraph. So for example, there's only one reason I braved the horde today, and the two mothers are bickering over it. If you made the last chocolate cake its own paragraph, it makes the reader jump down like, what's the reason? And then it's like on its own, the last chocolate cupcake at the bake sale, you know, just building that suspense. And there was another time where it's not building suspense, but it just makes sense in my mind, where you have the language of you have no right to tell me, another voice rings out. The next part is in the MC's mind, or I say MC, but narrator's mind, that can go on its own paragraph, so it's separate.
I got you.
Yeah. So those were like, at this point, I'm like, it's fine. Let's just fix formatting.
Yeah.
So
it makes good sense.
Yeah, I love it, and I love that you had the kid call out. I mean, and you got the descriptions and stuff. Like, it's great.
Well, I think it works too, because at the beginning I say that the adults don't really pay attention to the main character. So for it to be a kid that notices that. Yeah. Also, I thought it was fun to have the teenager be at the table, because I realized before, I was like, it sounds like on top of cutting line and like getting the last cupcake, they also stole it and then ate it in front of everyone. So not what I was going for.
To me, it's kind of funny when it makes me think of when you go shopping and there's like somebody there that is just like the worst customer ever, and you go talk to the attendant and you're great and they love you, and y'all just have like an unspoken, you don't say it, but you both know y'all both don't like the person that's being unruly. And that's what I felt with the teen.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Right. Well, I definitely want to go over it again at some point in time, but I feel much better about where it is.
Perfect.
So I will read
Natalie's now. And I did try to keep, like I said, the lineup of just the first word in each paragraph, and I've expanded it. So.
Okay. All right. So here we go with Natalie's story. I just left your funeral, appearing like the saddened neighbor. Wish for you to be here, and she was full of life, were the cliches said. For your husband and your children, who may bicker during this time, all felt the most sorrowful. You, however, were the worst neighbor. To every bake sale, you only brought what you liked, yet criticized those who didn't cater to your dietary preferences that week. Never, not once, did you wait to be invited before stepping across our thresholds. You'd compare each detail to your own house and leave behind your card in case they wanted to sell the house you just bash. See the weight your death lifted from the community? The taboo of leaving your decorations up past New Year's is too much like a Grinch for you. But yet calling the cops for the music at the block party when you couldn't be DJ was within your morals. Light glinted off every toy and trash that spilled from the overgrown grass of your yard to the sidewalk. Something that never happened when you'd take your monthly girls' trip and their dad stayed home. Of all the neighbors, you were the most seen, thanks to the lousy tied bathrobe you'd wear to the
loosely tied.
Oh, sorry. Thanks to the loosely tied bathrobe you'd wear to get the mail from yesterday. Guess you didn't own anything more than athleisure. Day by day, we will enjoy the happiness that you thought you brought. Ooh, scathing. That's quite the obituary. You know, it's not a literal obituary, but it just kind of makes me think. So maybe I get it now. Maybe this is like the note that they toss, like when you put dirt in on over the casket. Is that what I'm getting?
That could be it. I mean, I really thought of it as like the person's driving home or something, and like looking out the windows as the trees pass, and it's just their thoughts while they're
on the way to
going home, and smirk on the lips. And here's the thing, though. The one thing I'm missing is a hint in the story that there's a message in this to make you think that oh, the neighbor did it. Other than the hidden message of, I wish for you to never see the light of day, you don't know that that's there. And I feel like there needs to be something of like
how to convey.
Of
maybe sprinkle in clues throughout of how the person died. And it kind of be poetic justice in the sense of some aspect of how they were killed was one of the grievances that their neighbors had against them.
Yeah,
and maybe with like the dietary restrictions that you had that week, maybe they actually do have a real allergy. And maybe it's kind of like I stopped paying attention, or the only time I paid attention to their dietary restrictions was X, and then
yeah, I like anything of that could work. I like that. Yeah.
Or like,
that's the only thing I feel like it's missing is this little hint, or multiple hints or whatever.
Like, banana bread. How allergic can you really be to bananas? Like, there's only one way to find out, or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, kind of passive aggressive.
I'm trying to think of all this stuff, like, because what I want to convey is like, they're always, it's not, their dietary restrictions was just like whatever new fad diet they're on, whether it's keto or gluten or whatever, like they're just trying multiple things and they actually aren't allergic. So maybe
maybe it's there's only one consistent allergy that they've had amongst all the fad diets.
It could be that.
Like, how allergic to that can they really be?
Yeah. And I do want the narrator not to be like, oh, whoops, I accidentally did it, but like, I was gonna try, and if she died, cool.
Yeah.
Even better. Like,
well, it can be implied or like hinted at without stating it, and just kind of let it be the puzzle. But it doesn't have to, it doesn't necessarily have to be something food related. That's just the first thing that comes to mind.
Yeah, and it's kind of an easy thing. It's not as blatant as like arsenic.
Yeah.
Or something. So, okay.
Yeah, plus a bake sale is mentioned, so it kind of made me think of like banana bread or like a strawberry jam or something.
I could expand upon that one. I just want to make sure I don't make the paragraphs like too long, like one too long compared to the others, because then I feel like it draws away.
But you do have a little bit of wiggle room because some of them are up to, too long.
They're short.
Yeah.
And like I could add a little bit at the funeral, like with the first line, be like, "You died so young," or something like that.
Yeah, just, or even, for some of us, it wasn't entirely unexpected, and just
we'll chat. I need to pick your dark mind right now. So, okay, cool. Well, do you have the
I'll post that one to my Instagram, but I think we have the book one.
I don't have it in mine, unless you got it like on yours. I never added it.
Okay, I'll add it later. We have a book thingy it's going to be up soon for 1,000 words to get started. So we'll share that soon, and then we're going to share the upcoming schedule on Instagram. So you can pin that and whatnot. But
Eastern.
I think that's all we have today.
I'm making a scroll to go across the bottom as we say our outros and stuff and anything else. Yes. What did we say? We said 3 April? No, not 3 April. It's 3 March.
Yes.
3 March, 14 April, and 5 May.
Yep. that's it.
Okay, so as that goes across the bottom, definitely glad everyone came by. We are going to try to make this a little bit more regular. Life gets busy. And so now, as you notice, we are shifting to a once a month approach. That way it can be a little more structured in the sense of like actually being able to accomplish it. Mm-hmm. So
we're going for 10 a.m. Eastern each of those. Of those.
And all of those are Sundays, by the way.
Yes.
So 3 March, 14 April, and 5 May. The only one that's kind of iffy is 14 April, but don't worry. That'll be solidified before probably even the March one comes up. So we'll be set. What else is there? Definitely want... At some point, we'll be better, and I'll start posting, like, in the description at least, the pre-order for the book.
We can add that afterwards. But
it will be added
in there, and it is linked from your website as well.
Yeah, true. Which actually, I need to change my website. Like, I like how on your website you have it like front and center. It's like the first thing you see. Mine, you got to go to my projects tab and.
I put it on both, but I was actually like snooping on some other people's author websites, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna steal that. Thank you.
Yeah, so I'm gonna add that in and such. For anybody curious, I have gone 1.37 miles in this live stream, so that's more than what I was gonna do. I have to admit, it does. Hey, you work out way more than I do. This is my workout. You actually do other stuff like yoga and everything. But I have to admit, when you put in perspective of like, I'm doing this task and then you see how far you can get, it makes it seem like not as bad. You're like, man, I was actually productive in other aspects, even though I didn't get the story exactly how I wanted it. I was able to also do 1.37 miles.
Awesome.
So, but thank you for everybody coming. I gotta finish up, buddy. Thank you everybody for coming. We will catch you in March, and stay tuned. Keep an eye out on our Instagrams for any updates on dates and times, as well as funny memes that are promoting our book. I had fun with those, a lot of movie references, and I might even make more.
Yeah, so, do it.
But thank you, everybody. Have a good day, weekend, life, month. Bye.